I'm not preaching a sermon this morning. One of the members of our congregation is speaking in my place. But I wanted to share some thoughts with you this morning as we think about every first day of the week. We assemble together to worship together, but we also focus on the Lord's Supper together. We commune together with Him and with one another. And as we approach the Lord's Supper, we often do so with very mixed and diverse feelings and perspectives. As we look at the cross, we recognize something that is awful and yet something that is awesome. We consider the blood, but then we also think of the blessing. We consider perhaps the horror, and yet we consider the hope. There is the painful that we know was experienced on that cross, and yet we witness and we recognize the precious. We approach it with somberness, and yet we can approach it also with celebration. It is the focus on a death, understanding, though, that it is about life. A life was given for us so that we would have life abundantly now and eternally. And so we are moved toward a sense of gratitude and also toward a desire to live a life that honors and glorifies our Lord. Let me read to you from 1 Peter chapter 1 and verses 13 to 21. And there Peter wrote, "Therefore, preparing your minds for action, and being sober-minded, set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. As obedient children, do not be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance, but as He who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct. Since it is written, 'You shall be holy, for I am holy.' And if you call on Him as Father, who judges impartially according to each one's deeds, conduct yourselves with fear throughout the time of your exile, knowing that you were ransomed from the futile ways inherited from your forefathers, not with perishable things such as silver or gold, but with the precious blood of Christ, like that of a lamb, without blemish or spot. He was foreknown before the foundation of the world, but was made manifest in the last times for the sake of you, who through Him are believers in God, who raised Him from the dead and gave Him glory, so that your faith and hope are in God." May it remain there as we continue to press on through this day and through this week.